Hello, Unframe of Minders. Welcome back.
You know, it's sad. I've had so much things to say.
And now you
look
can't
at,
say,
look at that economy of words, and now I sit here going, where to start? I don't even know. There's just so much. It's ridiculous. There's so much going on right now, especially with the damn elections going on right now. We got YouTube censorship. We got Facebook and Twitter trying to censor. We got all sorts of things going on with the internet being the control of the internet basically being controlled over to the UN.
Okay.
Calm down. Brain dump right now.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. So,
from what I've read, it's not okay. From what I've read so far, it's not the UN controlling the internet. They have not regulations, but they have control over, I guess, the list of domain names for the internet, which is, of course, millions, if not billions, of domain names.
Yeah. So from what I understand, they transferred the company that controlled the naming servers, which is, instead of going to your browser and typing in a 10-digit number as an IP address to get to where you want to go, you can just type in a nice simple, familiar word like
unframeofmind.com.
Yeah, see how that works? Yeah. Now, imagine if you had to go to, if I told you every day, hey, why don't you go visit 8-1-234.367? Like, nobody's going to remember that shit, and it makes it incredibly difficult. And now this video's going to
get banned, because that's going to be like some ISIS terrorist website or something.
That was probably code for something, and it was probably vulgar language in another. I don't even know. So, I mean, who knows? But it's the fact that got transferred over to UN control, which is not exactly known for their freedom of speech like the United States is. And it's kind of scary because right now they're concerned that other countries are going to impose their will on our country, which is not uncommon to happen with the UN. And all they'd have to do is go into the naming servers and say, well, let's just go ahead and disconnect that particular connection. And, my website will still be there, but good luck finding it.
Yeah. IP address that. We've been controlling this list for so long, I really have no idea why we decided to hand it over. Like, you know what? That's cool. Go ahead. Y'all just go ahead and take it. It's fine.
Yeah, that's the question. And that's the question. That's what it seems like to me in the whole chaos of this Trump-Hillary fiasco that's going on right now. All this confusion, everybody's focused so hard on them.
Well, that's the perfect time to do things like this.
I've been noticing, like, where's Barack Obama? What's he been doing? Like, this period, this lame duck period between, when you're on your way out of office and you have no chance of re-electing. He's been out campaigning a little bit, but other than that, I haven't really heard anything from him, like, policy-wise and the work that he's supposed to be doing as the president of the United States. What's actually going on? Like you find out things like this are going on in the background, and you're like, oh, I get it now. There's another reason that the media is so focused on the election.
And it's always that way with media. It's like, hey, here's this big story that's mildly irrelevant. Don't focus on what's going on over here. In my other hand, this is the story you need to worry about and be outraged about.
Right. So imagine now the naming servers are given over to somebody else, and our channel, who is trying to make people aware of that other shit. We're trying to reveal the magic of the magician known as government here. While everybody's focused on looking over this hand, you and I are sitting there looking at what's going on the other hand, and we want to let everybody know, say, hey, y'all, look over there. Look over there. This is what's really going on.
It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
If you can edit that out. The magician that is the government, and poof, 2 FBI agents sit in here. Like, hi, welcome back to Unframe of Mind. 2 completely looking guys in suits and glasses.
In order for that to happen, you would have to go get a suit. I've got a suit, so...
I got a suit.
You got a suit? Yeah. Make it happen. I just need a pair of sunglasses. Just...
You'll have to shave, though.
We'll switch chairs so that way nobody knows that it's just you as...
Wait, what? Yeah, it's... I'm not sure if it's a huge deal as of right now, but then, you get a year down the line and some other big news happens, and over here they're like, oh yeah, UN, they're like you said, other countries are going to be like, hey, we don't like what they're saying about this particular region or what's going on over there. Can you go ahead and like kind of throw that down in the search pages or anything like that? So, I mean,
well, I don't know that they have that kind of control just yet. Cause
well, you know what I'm saying.
Google still
Getting
handles
rid of
that, how they handle searches and things. But as far as being able to actually,
we're talking about Google here, the people who have the right to forget policy.
No, Google's a whole nother thing than this.
Well, but we see these people working more with the government now. Like Mark Zuckerberg wants to get into the political process now.
Yeah, it came out in the whole WikiLeaks thing recently. That was part of the John Podesta emails that they're trying to orchestrate with Mark Zuckerberg to. He wants to be more of a philanthropist and wants to basically impose his ideas on the world. And hey, what better position can you possibly be in than the head of Facebook to control public opinion?
1.7 billion users.
It's like everybody and their goddamn mama knows somebody who has a Facebook.
Yeah.
Like,
so, I guess shouldn't be surprised in the coming years if the algorithms change again.
Yeah, and they already are. I'm noticing a lot of people are complaining that the pages that have more of a conservative viewpoint tend to be pushed down in Google, in Facebook, in Twitter, in YouTube. Even they're putting a lot of controls on what they do, demonetizing different channels now for different content. I get they're trying to curate some really good content, but they're starting to become more like a television network. And it's kind of getting away from what the actual essence of the whole channel was. It's called YouTube. It's supposed to be about the individuals that have the shows on there. At least that's what I thought.
Well, a quick way to fix that on your Facebook, though, just go over to your tab over there and just go down and click most recent. You'll switch it up to whoever just posted. That's what I do, so I don't get the algorithm from, oh, this guy posted 4 minutes ago, and then this channel posted 2 days ago. I'm like, how does that work now?
Oh, I did not know you could do that.
Hey, you go and click on this most recent.
Yeah. Because that's what I used to do with my Facebook, is I would just scroll through until I got to something that, hey, I've already seen that, so I know I'm done. I'm caught up, basically. Right now, the way it's set up, it's damn sad, which this is a kind of slightly unrelated, but also related at the same time, is the fact that I'll get on Facebook. Yeah, I'll get on Facebook to go search. I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you before, but I'll get on Facebook and I'm going on there for a specific thing. Like, I want to go post on the Unframe of Mind Facebook page, facebook.com/unframeofmind. And, like, I'll get on there and look at my page, and I'll start scrolling through. I'll see something. Oh, okay. I haven't even made it to my page, to the Unframe of Mind page yet. I'm still on just my profile page, scrolling through. About 10 minutes later, I'm like, oh, shit. Like, something about the human psyche, man. The way they've got that thing set up as fucking crack on your phone. You're like,
it's like scroll.
So once again, you've got that kind of power. Like, they've got all these studies and research and shit that goes into all this marketing for creating that website to keep you on there as long as possible, which is great. I get it. I don't have anything
it's a business
against that, but to take that and kind of use that as a tool to inject your own personal message into people's feeds, I don't know.
Indirect message.
Yeah, and it's not even. Maybe indirect a little bit. And they're. It's not like they're just saying, "Hey, by the way, Facebook feels this way, and we're gonna share."
They're not indirect.
Yeah.
By controlling the algorithm.
So I do see a market for assuming things can shift back the other direction. Either these huge companies are going to a little bit on their policies and maybe not be so pushy as they are now.
Well, I mean, that's not going to happen, because I was reading an article a couple weeks ago that says YouTube actually has more viewers and more subscribers to it than your regular TV stations. They have more people watching YouTube than they do have watching national television, whether it's ABC or Bravo or whatever it may be.
Yeah,
so,
it's ridiculous.
that's why I see them pushing towards more of this, because it's becoming a lot more mainstream now.
Yes, as far as the mainstream news right now, the median age in their audience.
So I mean, if you want to get into conspiracy,
50s plus for a lot of your news networks.
So if you want to get into conspiracy theories, just like we work with mainstream media, You know, 6, 7 corporations own all those news outlets, basically.
Yeah.
Well, they know they're just like any other business with controlling the information that gets out there. YouTube's becoming big now. We have to get a hold of that. So now that you'll see probably some of these corporations secretly, and you'd have to dig pretty deep to get to the information, but starting to get to control of where people get their news from Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, and bring those into their little network so they can control the amount of information that goes out there.
Yeah, it is incredible the amount of propaganda we are served on a platter every day. and when you call it propaganda, you start to sound like a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. But then
realist,
when you start
conspiracy realist.
Yeah. When you start to dig into the actual details of it, and you start to see, oh, okay, so this guy's also owns this and that and that, and he feels this way, and for some reason,
so
all those channels tend to be catering to, it's just sad if you ask me, but I really see a market coming up in the future for more social media channels like Facebook, like YouTube or whatever, that will be more aware of that sensitivity to free speech that people are looking for. At least I hope. I've already found one that I've been playing around with called Gab.ai, which is still pretty new, and you gotta sign up for it. It took me a couple weeks to get allowed in because they're still trying to get everything set up, and they can only bring in a certain amount of people at a time, as they grow. But it seems pretty nice to be able to get on there and say what's on your mind, as long as you're not making any direct threats to nobody. They're like, yeah, say what you want to say. That's what the whole platform's about, is free speech. We're here because Twitter is censoring people. Twitter is canceling people's accounts and shutting people down for opinions they disagree with, and they're not being consistent. So that's what places like Gab are, and I see a lot more of that coming.
It's gonna be hard to get people off that Facebook and Twitter injection, though. It's like, I need my Facebook for the day.
Yeah, right.
So, and a semi-related topic, conspiracy theorist. Why is it because you try to go outside a normal train of thought, you're considered a conspiracy theorist? I mean, okay, if I dive into the whole flat Earth theory, NASA's keeping us away from the truth, with these fake images and stuff. Just because I dive into it and I question it doesn't make me a conspiracy theorist. It just means I'm looking at the world from an alternate view. Yeah. Now, I've entertained the flat Earth theory. I mean, I don't think it's true. But I still went into it and entertained it to see what these people are talking about.
Well, that's a mark of intelligence, too, to be able to put yourself in the mindset of somebody else and to be able to look at things from their perspective and not actually have it change your opinions or change your beliefs. Mm-hmm. Not be like hypnotized by it all.
Oh. I mean, it was a really interesting theory, though, and some of the people who are super deep in it provide a lot of, I guess, evidence to the fact. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm like, ooh, flat Earth, what's going on?
While ignoring everything else, that it seems to be out there. But the idea that anybody can get out there and say what they need to say freely without worrying about, even the flat earthers. Hey, have at it.
Yeah.
It's important to have these discussions in the public discourse, and then may the best idea win at that point. Bring your facts. If you have facts, let's see them. Prove that the earth is flat. Prove that God's real. Prove that the government's necessary. I don't give a shit. Whatever you want to do.
And he just imposed his views and ideologies on you.
That's just it. I'm not imposing. I'm just saying, if you
indirectly
want to try to do those things, do those things. I don't care. And may the best idea win. And if more people are offended by it,
but
boo-hoo.
Yeah, people would be offended. The only thing I don't guess I truly like is people who get offended by it but never have looked into that side of the argument, and you just get bashed all across the spectrum because of it.
Yeah, they just have this.
It's like, you're stupid and you're
visceral,
ignorant.
emotional, like just
you're like, wait, hold on,
monkey rage.
Yeah, monkey rage. That's funny.
It's ridiculous. And then when you start bringing up facts and stuff, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to people.
I mean, even
So
I feel defeated now.
yeah, I just want to, keeping in on the subject of censorship and the way the
Well, a big thing now in a lot of cities is that if you want to protest, you need a permit to protest. So I have to go to my government and get approval for the protest I want to hold.
Right.
Wait, what? That's like oxymoronish.
It's like we've got this gatekeeper here. Yeah, I mean,
I haven't heard about anything about anybody, any local government saying no, you can't have this permit for this protest. I haven't heard about anything like that, but just the fact that we're at that point where I need a permit to hold a
to go through
protest.
those steps, yeah.
I mean, the only logical sense is eventually, we don't like what you're going to protest here, so no. I mean, that's the only next logical step.
Yeah, you want to start a riot, say that.
Yeah. 'Cause as soon as I start doing that, it's going to go ape crap.
Well, I mean, and what I was saying before is it's important to pay attention to what's not being said or what's not being shown in the mainstream media, because the stories they're covering, the problem is there's some truth to it.
Well, mainstream media isn't about truth and information. It's about, hey, how many people who can we get to view this and talk about it on our pages and our channels
Show
and
it
our
to
forums?
advertisers.
Yeah.
Deliver you to advertisers.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like...
And I think that's one reason that we don't monetize our videos right now, is because that's not really what we're about. I mean, I might try it someday just to see, but I don't know. Right now we're not even big enough for it to make a difference anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to get in the business of delivering viewers to advertisers necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather have the community we're servicing support us and vote with their dollars and say, yeah, we really like what you're doing. You guys are providing some great value to me. Here's $5, or whatever. That would be...
Here's about tree fitty.
Fantastic. Tree fitty would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Just give me
Fitty.
tree fitty.
That is the max donation level. Tree fitty. Yeah. I mean, eventually, yeah, when we get subscribers, I wouldn't mind monetizing and whatnot, so we can sit there and support this a little better, because all this stuff that you don't see in here, mics and computer and laptop and...
Oh, yeah, monetizing's
Yeah.
fine. I'm talking about as far as monetizing on our Facebook channel through ads. Is that what you're talking about? I mean, we can still monetize through selling T-shirts or coming up with other paid products.
I was
that
talking
we
more
come
so
up with.
through
talking about the
YouTube. I guess.
advertising?
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
I mean... the ads you see for the videos you watch have nothing to do with the videos anyway. It's just advertisers wanting people to watch it. But I don't think YouTube kind of works that way, where the advertisers like, no, I don't want to be associated with this channel. I mean, maybe they do have that type of power. As you can see, we haven't even thought about monetizing anything, because we haven't even dug into how this works.
But the sad thing is, before we've even got a chance to think about it, YouTube's already saying, yeah. I mean, I look at all of our videos, and we're pretty much disqualified anyway.
Yeah.
Because of the subject matter is controversial. We have a little cussing every now and again.
Vulgar language.
We might get a little vulgar.
Which,
time to
with
time.
what I read on Forbes, a channel by Philip DeFranco, one of his videos got demonetized because he used the word penis.
Oh, he said penis.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I mean, maybe he should have been more legit with it and been like, the male genitalia. Would that have been better for them?
Maybe he was cisgendered. Was succumbing.
Stop. Don't start with that again.
Okay.
Okay. But yes, it's wild how, I mean, that's how you hurt a business. That's why when you go sue a business, you get money for your injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Then I forget the word for it, but then you get money on top of it. That's to make sure that business doesn't do it again, and other businesses in the industry don't do it again. That's where you hurt a business, in their pocketbook, in their wallet.
Yes, hurt them in the wallet, and another way you can do that without suing a company necessarily, which if you want to sue them, have at it. I don't care. But another way you can do it is to go and find guys or people that you do value their opinion, and actually support those guys. Quit spending money or quit visiting other mainstream news networks and things like that, because they're getting paid through advertiser dollars too. And if you don't watch, they don't get paid.
And that's going to bring all this about even quicker.
Yeah,
when everybody
find
gets
the people
away.
you actually appreciate and support them.
What I'm saying, the negative of it will bring it about quicker too. So I mean, it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, you're getting more real and more news information, but when you're taking away from the big mainstream media ones, the people who own those companies are going to be like, hold on, wait.
Like-
all these people are going over to YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. We need to get a hold of those
Yeah,
companies
getting-
ASAP.
like
We need
animals
to control
backed
what they're
into a
talking
corner.
about. Yes, you're messing with our funds here. So,
All right.
like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It's gonna suck in the coming years. Maybe not 5, maybe it's a decade or 2 out, but eventually all this is gonna happen.
All right. So what do y'all think about that? Do we need to find alternative ways of getting news out to you guys? Is this channel something you find of value? Let us know. And the best thing you can do right now is subscribe to our channel. We're actually trying to
Pushing those subscribers.
trying to hit a certain number of subscribers. Kind of one of our goals right now is to hit 100 at the moment. You know, we're just starting. We're pretty new, and it's all good.
Yeah.
So if anything you can do to help us get to 100 subscribers would be greatly appreciated. Share out the videos with your friends and ask them to subscribe. You know?
Also, feel free to hit us up on Facebook or Twitter and suggest topics or videos you'd like to see. I mean, this is a community-based thing. It's not just two guys rambling on about what we want to talk about. We want to know what you guys want to hear about. So maybe we need to create some polls or something and be like, hey, what would you like to hear about? You know, and put a list of 5, 6 topics on there or something.
Sounds good.
Something that they want to hear instead of just us talking about whatever we talk about.
I'll tell you what, if you just look at the comment section of this video, I'll have a question on there for you guys. Nice and simple. Hey, what do you want to hear about? And we'll go from there.
10-4.
All right.
Bye, guys.